Hey YouTube, Kiraqualia here, bringing you guys another one of my Card Fight Vanguard video price discussions. In this video, we're going to be going a little different than the normal, single trading cards, and I want to take a look at some of the prices for some of the Vanguard booster boxes that are out there. As some of you don't know, I am trying to collect a lot of the sealed Vanguard sets just to have them sealed up since we're kind of getting to a new format. And, as the more and more that the game goes on, the harder and harder it gets to find some of these boxes. So I thought collecting them up would be pretty cool just to have, to save up some of these boxes, and you never know, they might be worth a little more down the road. But I thought I'd go through some of the original Series 1 Vanguard boxes and just see what some of their prices have become with them being more and more difficult to find. So let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Starting off with BT01, Descent of the King of Knights. Now, this is one of the first Vanguard sets to be released, and with it, it definitely does, have that rare value behind it being one of the first Vanguard sets. I actually remember seeing this set in stores when it first came out, so it was available more than some of the other sets. You can see it's holding like a $99 value, basically on TCG, but I can see it on some other sites around 60 to 70, but it definitely went up in price from what I remember. I don't know if, Standard and the release of some more, Oracle Think Tank, Nova Grappler, Kagero, and Royal Paladin units affected the price of this box, or just the series starting over made people hyped to maybe get some of the older sets as well. But it used to be a $35 box before Standard from what I remember, and just seeing it sell out definitely shocked me for sure. Didn't expect it to happen with this set for sure. Moving right along, we have Onslaught of Dragon Souls booster box. Now this is one of the cheaper ones, and I actually do have one of these already sealed in my collection. And because I picked it up for even less than what it's showing here for an unopened box at only, in the $30 price range for a good amount of these boxes to pick up, which is quite easy. I actually do remember seeing this a lot more in actual retail stores than BT01, Descent of the King of Knights. So it was one of those easier sets to pick up at the time. I even saw it, single individually packed in some of those booster sets that you would find in some of those retail stores. I don't know if just because there's not as many rememberable cards, not maybe as many usable cards as set one, that this price wasn't affected. But I think that, just the amount of boxes that were maybe released of this set also affect the price, just how hard it is to get it. Because it's also one of those sets that, on other websites, I just find so many of these deals where you can get this box for, I think the lowest I've seen it was $15 for a booster set box, a BT box. Definitely a low price and easy to pick up. So if you're looking to start like a sealed set like I am, this is definitely one to start off with. Definitely an easy one to grab. You never know, it might shoot up in price depending on, just if it finally, goes out of stock. Because they can only hold these boxes for so long. So I can definitely see this happening to some of these boxes. Moving right along, we have BT03, Demonic Lord Invasion. Now, I'm seeing some of these in this high price range, but I'm also double checking on some other websites before I did the video. Now I see it going for, the $85 price range. I see it kind of ranging between $55 to $60 on a couple other websites, but it is one of those big sets where it has cards where, Demon Marquise Amon, Nightmare Doll Alice, the Tsukiyomi cards that still hold some pretty good value in today's game, even though, we're moving on to standard format, we're moving on to a different type of game. Just those kind of collector cards do kind of uphold a box, and that's going to be seen with some of the later boxes we have down the road as well. I actually haven't seen too many of this. I did see this box available at one store, and I actually picked up the entire box because seeing a box of Vanguard, obviously, in a non-local store definitely means you want to pick it up just because, you don't see this card game as much in some of the other stores. Eclipse Illusionary Shadows. Now this one's actually sold out in a good amount of websites. What I think is just because the hype behind Blaster Dark and Phantom Blaster Dragon SP available in this box. Plus we had Commander Laurel at the time. Just so many rare, chase cards that you could potentially grab from this box. Not to mention it's one of the big boxes with popular character Ren on it. Just made it one of those boxes that sold out quick. And the ones I do see always were above $100. It's even sold out on this website. And some of the other ones I've seen, the minimum is $120 for a box of BT04. Definitely one of the more expensive ones of the beginning sets. It always actually remained at this price. I remember it being this high like a couple years ago, even when we were still in a good part of Stride format. This box retained pretty good value. Going back a little lower is Awakening of the Twin Blades. Now, I always remember not too many value cards out of this set, which I think is what affected this price, and it's always been this price in the $40 to $50 range. I didn't really see it go higher than this too much. Mostly also I think because some of the cards that were in it were reprinted in some fighter collection sets, including Majesty, Phantom Blaster Overlord, Dragonic Overlord at the end, and they were available in much better hollow versions than the original card from this set. So it made people, not as interested maybe in this set, meaning, not many people bought it as well. So kind of, overstocked, meaning this price would definitely be affected by that. And another thing that affected these box prices, obviously, is when standard format came around, meaning the boxes were, not as usable anymore. People weren't going to be looking for these sets. They were only going to be looking for the newer stuff, meaning a lot of these boxes dropped in price as well. But I saw a lot of them also spike up, after so many people buying them up and just making it more difficult to pick up these boxes. So another good potential box to pick up along with Onslaught, the Dragon Souls, if you're looking to pick up, easy Vanguard boxes, build up a sealed collection, whichever of the two you prefer. Going into the Limit Break format, we have Breaker of Limits. Now another cheap box, but that's also because this was another one of those boxes that was very easy to find. I found it in so many retail stores when I was looking for Vanguard when it was one of the newer sets. $30. Some other people have it priced up pretty high, but from other sites that I've seen, it is holding this price value between $25 to $30 to pick up a box. And you have some Blonde Ezel cards, Angel Feather, all that in this set. It was definitely a noteworthy set at the time, but I think there's just so much of it out there that it's one of those boxes that you can easily find to pick up if you want one for this BT06 set. We also have Rampage of the Beast King. Now this is another sold out box, but I only see it sold out on this website. I actually see this trending for about $45 to $50 on some other websites. So another easy box to grab. I'd probably say maybe one of the rare ones, just because it was only a few limited sites. So once those are gone, it might be one of those more difficult boxes to find. Definitely an interesting one to pick up. It's got, Pale Moon, Dark Irregular support, Luquier, Dark Lord of the Abyss, plenty of Great Nature support as well, if you're looking to get any of that. But it's, just another cool collector set for sure. Not too much value to be found in it, but one for a sealed collection, definitely very nice to, keep around. Blue Storm Armada, I see $100 here, but I do see some other sites for the $45 range for this box. So another one of those easy ones, and I actually saw this one drop to about $20 on some other sites as well when Standard was first announced. So it was another easy box to grab, and I think so many people just picked it up, for the obvious Aquaforce support, remember. But other than that, another easy one to grab if you just look in some other back websites for sure. Clash of Knights and Dragons. This was the final set for the Season 2 Vanguard. It actually has stuck around this price. I've seen it trend between $40 to $50. Probably shot up again just because of some of the buyouts that are experienced from those websites. But I always like, just cover cards, who's on the box to display for sure for collection sets. Having Leon, Aichi, and Kai on this cover definitely makes it worth it just to display, which is going to be a big part of the sealed collection for sure. But, if you want to pick up some other noteworthy cards from the set, you have Platinum Ezel, the Blood. Some cards, that might be easier to invest with the single sets, but, one of those other easier boxes to pick up for sure. Going into the break ride, now BT10 Triumphant Return of the King of Knights didn't have as many value cards later on in the game, just because we had much better cards invested in with set 11, 12, 13, and 14 for all the Royal Paladin support, and you name it. Better cards were given out. This is kind of like an introductory set, so the values kind of stuck around the $60 to $70 range. I see it a little cheaper on some other sites, but like I said, only a couple noteworthy cards. Descendant, Alfred were in this set, but not too many to keep that price up, that's for sure. Steel Dragons Unleashed. This is actually another $100 box that I've seen where it's between 95 to 100 on a couple sites, including this one. I think it's just because of obviously the design of the box is really nice. We have good cards, including Aquaforce support, Kagura support. Those cards. It was also, from what I remember trying to pick up this set, it was always that kind of set that you would not see as often as some of the other sets in. Stores. I definitely saw more BT 13, 10, and 14 before I saw this set. It was definitely one of the ones I tried to pick up more before, it would completely sell out. Just some of the better cards to find for sure, including Dauntless, Transcore, you name it, in this set. Moving on to Binding Force of the Black Rings. Now, this was another set, like I said a second ago, just one that was so much, in a store. It was easy to find, so it obviously affected the value. I'm seeing the $35 range for this set at plenty of stores online, so another one to easily pick up if you're looking to, build up that Vanguard collection. Catastrophic Outbreak, finding the same, which I find kind of strange, just because there were some very nice cards in this set, including the potential to pull that Chibi CEO Matarasu. It hasn't held too much value, but just the fact that there's that kind of chaser in this set, as well as a number of good SP cards, including Chaos Breaker, which has been reprinted in some of the revival collections, so it's understandable why that value wouldn't be too affected. But another good set to pick up just for potential value. Nubatama cards, Beast Deity, you name it, with this one. We're only really sticking to the original sets, so we're coming to the end here. Brilliant Strike, probably tied with Onslaught of the Dragon Souls for one of the cheapest boxes in the video. There's just really not too many good cards in this set that I remember. We have a lot of Quintet Walls, which, didn't hold much value when it came out. Definitely wouldn't hold that much value later on. It's one of those boxes that I've seen just plenty of in stores. So this price definitely deserved, in my opinion. Infinite Rebirth. Now this had a lot of memorable cards. The Rebirth, Monarch Alfred, and what you also have to remember with boxes is when you have a box right before going into like a new type of play, you will definitely see people just pick up a good amount of these boxes. Then we move on to the next set, which is what happened basically with this set. We're seeing a $100 range. I've seen this on a couple websites as well. So this trend with this one. Plus you had Glendios, which was a hype card at the time. People just wanted to pull it out of the box. That might have affected, just how much was, bought out from this set for sure at the time. Definitely one of the harder ones to pick up as well. For the final boxes, Legion of Dragons and Blaze and Blazing Perdition. Two more sets that were, rushed for sure, because after these sets we got right into G format, so they didn't really stick around too much. I do see some packs at times for Legion of Dragons and Blades for pretty good prices, but never really a whole sealed box. So definitely one of the more difficult ones to pick up. Same with Blazing Perdition, which is completely sold out everywhere that I've looked. So this is definitely one of the ones I want to pick up. I love this set. It was one of the sets that I first bought a case with a group of friends. So if I can find one of these boxes, I'll definitely want to add it to my collection, which is what trend I'm seeing with a lot of the ones. I definitely, I have Onslaught of the Dragon Souls. I want to get boxes with Kai on it for sure, because that's going to be a definite add to my collection, just to get all the ones that have him featured on the box for sure. This was just a quick little look at some of the prices of some of these boxes. Now these prices are always fluctuating, so pick up some of the ones when they're cheaper. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Hope some of the more expensive ones drop, and we'll see how it goes from there. I'll probably do a G price guide video maybe later down the road, because some of those boxes are definitely extreme for being one of the later sets and just having more price boxes than some of the ones I showed in these videos for sure. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Once again, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And until next time, Kiraqualia2 out.